Seattle is expensive, and as fun as it is to show you guys a $1.4 million condo with a private rooftop, I hear you. I also think it's really important to show affordable real estate as well. And some of the most affordable real estate in the city is actually co-ops. When people think of co-ops, they commonly think of New York City, but Seattle has co-ops as well. A lot of them are sprinkled around Lower Queen Anne and Capitol Hill. Today we're going to be focusing on 3 units that are in Capitol Hill. Before I get into showing you guys the co-ops though, it's really important to understand the history of them because it has a lot to do with why they tend to be cheaper than their condo counterparts. Before condominium buildings were a thing, if you wanted to own a unit in a building, you bought in a co-op. And what you bought was actually shares in the entity that owns the building. In exchange for those shares, they give you a proprietary lease. And this is the way it was since the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and then in the 60s, the Condominium Act was passed, and the first ever condominium building was built in New York City in 1965, and that kind of changed everything. It was this new way to buy. So instead of buying shares in an entity, you actually were buying the air rights and sharing the common spaces. Yeah, I know co-ops, it's weird to wrap your head around, like you're buying shares, you're not buying the air rights, but the ownership is basically the same when you're actually just living your life. You get to occupy your unit, you can make changes to it, you're using the common spaces. The real differences in co-ops versus condos is the lifestyle itself. This building was built in 1929 and it comes with all of the character and charm of an older home. So if you're someone that really loves an older kind of craftsman style home, but you don't have $1 million budget, this definitely feels like a little slice. When you walk in, you're greeted by some original built-ins on the right side and then the bathroom to the left. And then we enter into the living space. You've got original hardwood floors. The windows are facing south, so you get really great light. And as you can see, just a simple studio. But if we look over to the right, there is actually a little nook that is staged to be an office. You could also make it a closet. The sellers actually put a full bed in there and used it as their sleeping space so that the studio could just be the dedicated living space. The kitchen is separated by wooden French doors, so you can close it off if you'd like. And it's so cute in here. There's an original freezer. There's also an original coffee grinder. You've got a nice little breakfast nook. At a purchase price of $265,000, what does that equate to in a monthly payment?
At $265,000, obviously it depends on your down payment. At 5% down, you'd be looking at a monthly payment at a roughly $1,650. Obviously depends on your interest rate. That's at an interest rate of 3.25.
And then, you know, with 20% down, what's it looking like?
Yeah, so 20% down, we're looking at around $1,400 a month.
You guys asked for affordable, and this is definitely it.
A co-op, one of the things about it is it's primarily owner-occupied. They generally do not allow rentals, so it's a really tight-knit community, whereas in condominiums, right, in many cases you have an option to rent your unit out or not, whereas in a co-op, it's primarily owner-occupied. They tend to be more affordable, which is really awesome. On the flip side, they do not tend to appreciate at the pace that condominiums do, and part of that has to do with the fact that most co-ops don't allow rentals. You lose part of the buyer pool that is pushing the prices up in condominiums. By leaving that buyer pool out of the running for co-ops, they just tend to be more affordable and again, work excellent for first-time home buyers that want to get their foot in the door in the market and still have an asset that's appreciating for them. So
co-ops appreciate at a lesser rate, but they still are appreciating. So what's it kind of looking like in Seattle?
Yeah, comparatively, you know, you could say maybe if a condominium was appreciating around 5% a year, you could say the co-op would be more like 3 or 4%. So it's not an enormous difference, but again, that's why it affords you the ability to buy at a lower price point.
All right, so if a studio just isn't enough space for you, next we're gonna check out a 1-bedroom. enters into your foyer, and right on your left you have the bathroom, which was remodeled by the sellers. It's really cool. You step up here and we've got a nice tile, really minimal bathroom vanity, some wall sconces, the shower with a bathtub, and they added a nice subway tile and a shelf right there. The foyer is actually quite spacious. You have room for, you know, a little catch-all console table if you'd like. Here we have just a hall closet, and then you have the separation of your kitchen and living space. So heading into the kitchen here, this entire co-op feels kind of like that New York style living you guys know I love, or also it very is like San Francisco style, the way the rooms are separated, and we've got a bay window. It's just got that nice charm to it. So yeah, you got your full kitchen with open shelving. You know, if you wanted, you could do new countertops, and I think you really have the ability to kind of renovate a little bit in this kitchen and make it really awesome. Entering into this beautiful living space. This bay window is incredible. You do not find these very often here in Seattle. It lets in so much nice light, great as a dining table or workspace in general. And it's again separated off from the bedroom by these French doors. Again, this is a huge bedroom. We've actually got a work from home station set up in the corner here. You've got this awesome little fire escape where you can hang all your plants and things. Good amount of space right here for a large dresser for storage, and also a closet with some built-in shelving in here. And little secret thing here, we actually have a trundle bed storage. So this comes out and can fit a mattress for sleeping, or you could just use it for storage space. This one bedroom is listed at
$415. So at 5% down, so just over $20,000, we're going to be looking at around $2,400 a month.
And with 20% down?
Just over $2,000.
Something you'll notice with all these co-ops we're looking at today, when we break down the monthly prices, it's gonna be more affordable than its condo counterpart because the property taxes are less.
And it's deceiving though, because the property taxes are actually paid through your HOA due. You pay the collective building pays the property taxes together. So you actually don't have individual property taxes in a co-op as opposed to in a condo where you have your own property taxes. So that's where co-ops are considerably more affordable than condominiums, because the property tax for the building is split among everyone in here, and it makes it considerably more affordable. The burden is, spread among the group and assessed differently. So that's a really, really critical thing to understand when looking at co-ops. When you're looking at co-ops and seeing their HOA dues, remembering that that actually includes property taxes.
The last co-op we're seeing today is the 2-bedroom. This is super central in Capitol Hill. It's 1,000 square feet and listed at $525. So let's check it out. So you enter into this hallway, you can decide to either go down to the bedrooms or the living space, which is what we're gonna check out first. The most unique thing that you see in this building is this sunroom. So many units have this really cool sunroom. We get so much rain that this gives you kind of like that outdoor feeling year round. So we've seen people make it like a fitness room, meditation room. I personally would put like outdoor furniture, make it an office. You could fill it with plants. You can also close it off with these sliders just for some separation, kind of the living area looking off into the sunroom, and a dedicated dining space. The kitchen was also remodeled by the seller. Put in some work making it really nice. There used to be a wall here, believe it or not. So we opened it up, quartz countertop. We do have a dishwasher. The kitchen has this nice wraparound feature, which is cool for entertaining. And then on this side, we've just got the fridge. And they also remodeled the bathroom. The finishes in this are so nice. The black is super sleek, really beautiful job on this shower. This first bedroom, you walk into a really large walk-in closet, and then the bedroom itself. It also, each one has views of the city and the Space Needle. The second bedroom features a smaller closet, but even more space. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You can get the bigger closet in the other bedroom and just more space, maybe a work from home station also in this bedroom.
So on a 2-bedroom co-op like this, you're $525, right? With 5% down, you'd be looking at around just over $25,000 for the down payment, and your monthly would come out to around $3,200. 20% down, you're just over $2,700.
As you can imagine, condominiums were more profitable and co-ops stopped being created. So again, with this, you find in Seattle at least, a lot of co-ops are in older buildings, 1920s, 1930s builds. There's a couple 1950s, 1960s, but that's as new as you're gonna get. So that older building comes with a completely different lifestyle as well. A 1930s building has beautiful exteriors and a lot of charm, and they're really likable for a lot of reasons, but they usually don't have in-unit washer and dryers. They typically don't have dishwashers, and that's a big deal for a lot of people. But if it's something you're willing to look past, it can be quite exciting because it's some of the cheapest real estate that you can own in the city. If you're someone that may be interested in a co-op or just in a condo, also in a lower price range, you know, some of the homes that I've sold that have impressed me the most are condos in that $400,000 price range, because that is a lot more affordable than, you know, the median price of a home in Seattle being around $800,000. I've been able to find some really cool condos that people have bought half the price. So, you know, I love working with people in whatever budget. And if you're interested in potentially buying, whether it's a co-op or a condo or a single family home, whatever it is, the team and I would be happy to help you. If you have any questions or just want to reach out, I'll have my email below, monicachurch@cbbain.com, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.